right, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Decoding with Cody. Today is Thursday, February 27th, 2025.
Back to Decoding
And
with Cody.
sorry, guys, I got an echo. But yeah, we got a live stream for you today. And yesterday was a big day in the news with celebrity deaths. So you guys have heard the news, I'm sure, by now. But for those of you who are in here in the live stream chat, please give those thumbs up in the live stream chat if everything is coming through clearly. Is the visual good? Is the sound good? Thank you, Coffee Girl. Appreciate you very much. Hello, Jessica. Also, Jessica's talking about the 59s. Yeah, and then we had the death of Gene Hackman also, but I didn't get to that. It's too much, guys. What's up, KC Golfing? What's up, brother? Good to see you. Jamachinator's in the house. You want to jump on in a bit, Jamachinator? I'll just get through my stuff, and then you can jump on and share some of the stuff that you found. I totally forgot did you message me? Maybe you did. Also, hello to Tracy. Hello to Meatball. Hello, Henry. Hello, Stacy in Arizona. Hello, Rondak. Hello, Clayton. Hello to all 53 of you. Hopefully we get a good turnout tonight. I would imagine people are going to be interested to see this. Please hit those like buttons, guys, because I'm telling you, this is going to be one of my better decodes I've done. I mean, this has got to be one of my top 10 favorite decodes. We're going to look at this death from many different angles. In fact, I mean, hopefully we can bring some people on. Maybe for like 30 minutes at the end, we can bring on Jamachinator, and maybe even Widow's son wants to jump on and share some stuff about Venus. I see that everyone's in the chat, so. But yeah, it's been a long day, honestly. I worked all day on this stream, so yeah, we're going to wait another minute and then we'll get into it. But yeah, thank you to the 73 of you. Again, best way to support the channel if you guys like the content, if you guys like stuff, best way to support is to hit that like button, leave a comment after the video is over. That always helps too. So yeah, you guys have heard the news by now. We had the death of, to be honest, a lot of the actors and actresses that have died recently in the last year, I haven't even known anything about any of them. And this actress, I obviously knew, but the main movie I knew from Michelle Trachtenberg is the Harriet the Spy. I was very young, and Harriet the Spy was one of my favorite movies. And I'm not afraid to admit, I think as a young kid, I had a bit of a crush on her as like an actress, but that was just me as a little kid, And, but yeah, I was surprised to hear that she died. I haven't followed her career, and I haven't known anything that she's doing now. But somebody in the chat says don't know her. Yeah, I mean, maybe she's not the most famous actress ever, but definitely if people know Harriet the Spy, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Eurotrip. But we're going to connect all these movies and shows with her death yesterday at 39 years old. Also, she was in Gossip Girl, and I know nothing about Gossip Girl, but I didn't really make any connections with that. But I know there is some connections to be had. But the main connections we're going to make here, I didn't even make a whole lot of connections with Harriet the Spy. The main connection I'm going to make is with Buffy. Also Eurotrip a bit. And then the one that really got to me was a personal connection. With this movie, this was one of the last movies she released before she died. And guys, if you look at my YouTube thumbnail or my YouTube picture, it's a spiral, right? And just wait till you see how this movie connects to me personally and my name, Cody. And it's just, this is just crazy. The end of this is going to be crazy. So please stick around to the end because every connection here is pretty mind-blowing. So let's get into it. So the news is she died at 39, apparently of a liver transplant or liver disease. But she was 39 years old. She's born October 11th, 1985. Died February 26, 2025. Now, the biggest thing that I want to mention here, guys, is I did a video back in August last year called The Moon Key Blood Moon. And I talked about keys. I talked about the monkey. Remember when the monkeypox was declared and there was a whole bunch of monkey stuff going on? I talked about monkeys. I talked about how the word monkey literally means, or literally sounds like moon key, right? Like a lunar eclipse or a blood moon. So in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Michelle Trachtenberg plays Dawn, right? And not only does she play Dawn, the sister of the main character, Buffy, in that show, she's very important because she's actually the key. All right? So let me just read it. The key was a mystical energy with the power to unlock the gates between dimensions. Under the threat of Glorificus, the key assumed the human form of Dawn Summers, which again is Michelle Trachtenberg. Okay, so this should make you immediately perk up. Like, this woman that just died, she was the key. She played the key, guys. Okay, and when these actors or actresses die, it's symbolic. It's deeper, you know. It's deeper. It goes throughout this whole matrix. Why did the key die? What key just did they use to unlock something with her death? Like, and that's what we're going to discover here. So here is my video. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys can see them. Why does it say all changes saved on the screen? I don't know why it says that. Hold on. I don't want that there. Okay, there we go. All right, so now that we know that she played the key in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, we got to go back to August 2024, and we got to remember the monkeypox where I made this video, okay? Go search this video on my YouTube. It's called Blood Moon Key Trump Revelation 118, okay? Go search that video, watch it, right? Or don't do that now, but go back and watch it after this stream and see that I talked about what I'm about ready to show you now. I talked about it 6 months ago, and somehow it manifested now, okay? But let's read about Dawn, the key, right? The key was almost as old as Hell, goddess Glory. Okay, so they're already making the connection immediately in this Wikipedia page. They're already making the connection between the key, the Hell, and the goddess Glory. The keys to hell. Okay? The key to hell. That's what I'm getting from this, right? Now, back in 2024 in August, when I made the Blood Moon Key, I talked about the keys to hell and Hades in the book of Revelation 1:18. Now, not only did she play the key in Buffy the Vampire, her first movie that she starred in as a little girl. Look, big shout out to Joseph Aquaviva 222. He shared this with me on Twitter. Look at the back of her Harriet the Spy video cover. Look what it says, or look what it has. It has keys all over it, guys. Keys. Well, that's a flashlight. Sorry, that's not a key, but there's 2 keys on there, right? So not only did she play the key in Buffy, but they actually have keys all over the cover of her original movie, Harriet the Spy. Okay, so there's 2 connections with her and keys, right? Now, remember, I told you this is about the death of the key, right? In Revelation 1:18, it says, I am the living one. I am he that liveth, and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of hell and of death. All right. So Revelation 1:18, like 1:18, says, I have the keys of hell and death. Or if you go to the New International Version, if you go to the New International Version, it says, I have the keys of death and Hades. So it uses either the word Hades or hell, right? But it doesn't matter because Hades means hell, okay? Hades is the Greek god of hell, right? So death equals 118. Yeah, Brandon Joseph, just wait till you see how this connects, guys. I'm telling you, this is the biggest thing ever because I just connected this 7 months ago in this monkey video. And just wait till you see how this connects. It just blew my mind, man. But anyway, death equals 118. She's dead, right? Death. Hades, hell. In the Wikipedia page, it says that her character is the key, which was almost as old as hell. Okay? So there's two connections already. Her name's the key, and she's almost as old as hell. That makes it that comparison. Hades and hell in Revelation 1:18 talks about these two things, okay? Now, if you go to the very trusty one of the oldest ciphers, works off vibrations, the Chaldean cipher, you're going to see another connection here. We have a blood moon coming up, a moon key, right? In 16 days. She died 16 days before the blood moon. Remember, in the Wikipedia page, it says the key was almost as old as hell, the goddess Glory. Now look at the names, these three names here. Her name is Dawn, she's the key, and she's almost as old as the hell goddess Glory. And look at the 3 out of 3 cipher match in Chaldean of hell, Dawn, and Glory. These are all the 3 people involved, okay? And she died 16 days before the Pi Day blood moon lunar eclipse, okay? Now, this is interesting because on the day of the Pi blood moon lunar eclipse, Michelle Trachtenberg, if she was still alive, she would be exactly 14400 days old. Do you guys understand what I'm showing you here? Michelle Trachtenberg, if she was still alive on the blood moon, she would be 14400 days old. Guys, think of the book of Revelation again. And I heard the number of them which was sealed, and there were sealed 144,000. So think about that for a second. Not only is she connected perfectly with the book of Revelation, Revelation 1:18, the key of death and hell. She plays the key. She's almost as old as the goddess hell. She's, but on that day, she will be 144,000, guys. Well, not technically. You're missing 10 there, but you're close enough. All right, so this is where we make the true connections here. When you think of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you should think of the moon that's often hiding in the background of the show. You guys see it right there. The moon with the Buffy over it. Now, how do we make this a blood moon? Well, what is the show about, guys? It has the word vampire right in it. What is this clearly showing us? It's clearly telling us a blood moon. Vampires, they suck blood. And moons, you guys get it? It's so clear. There's your blood moon is right there. Donald Trump, born on a blood moon, June 14, 1946. And this is where it gets crazy. This is where I talked about this 7 months ago on my YouTube channel. I talked about this number, this next slide you're going to see. I talked about this exact thing. And now it's manifested itself in the form of the death of this woman. So please hit the like for this slide. If only one slide, it should be this slide. I only have 58 likes in here. So apparently these connections are not the greatest for you guys. I don't know. I just thought they were mind-blowing. But anyway, we're not even halfway through it yet. So the keys of death and Hades. All right. This is the line that they use in Revelation 1:18. The keys of death and Hades. That equals, this is the slide I showed. Let me just go forward. This is a screenshot of my video. This is a screenshot of my video from back 7 months ago. This is the exact same number I was showing, okay? So let me show you how it ties perfectly into now. From the day Donald Trump was born on a blood moon in 1946 to the upcoming blood moon, Donald Trump will be exactly 945 months old. Okay? This is such an important number, guys. Because in the book of Revelation, in Revelation 1:18, it says the keys of death and Hades. That equals 945. Now, this is what I didn't have back here. Again, look at my screenshot from back in August about the monkeypox and the blood moon. You see how it's all connected to the 945? Well, now this woman dies. And in the show where she plays the key, guys, the hell goddess, that's compared to the hell goddess, look at her name. Dawn equals 95 or 945 in the same cipher that I revealed the keys of death and Hades 7 months ago. And now the girl who's the key dies and her name is Dawn, and it's completely connected to what I already showed 7 months ago. What is the chance of that? Think about it. This is in Jewish gematria. This is not a cipher we mess around with. This is the cipher that is very hard to get matches. The fact that the keys of death and Hades equals her name in the cipher, and Trump turns 945 months old on that day, is not a coincidence. And wait till I show you how this all comes together. If you guys don't believe me now, you're going to believe me in just a second. Just wait till it comes all together. And not only does it equal 945 in the King James or the New International Version, it equals 946 in the King James. If you take the keys of hell and of death, which is how they spell it in the King James, it equals 946. Now, why is that important? Because 946 is one off from 945. When Trump turns 945 months old on the blood moon, he will be starting his 946th month of life. So no matter how you write this out, if you take the King James Version or you take the New International Version, you get 945 or 946. This is essentially pointing to the same thing because Trump will be 945, turning 946 months on that day. Now, again, I'm going to keep building on this, that this is all connected to this is a blood moon sacrifice. I know this didn't happen very close to the blood moon. It happened 16 days before the blood moon, but this is a blood moon. This is a blood moon. This is what it's about. Now, Michelle Trachtenberg, why do you think a vampire slayer woman is dying before a blood moon? That's what it's all about. It's clear, right? Now look at this. She dies at 39 years old. In fact, she dies at 39 years, 138 days old. This is the perfect age to die at if you're going to be connected to a blood moon. Because look at what blood moon equals in gematria. 138 and 39. She died at 39 years and 138 days old, which is the gematria of blood moon. Not only that, but her middle name is coded because her middle name is Kristen, right? Christ. Well, her middle name is coded to match blood moon in 2 ciphers, right? Now look at this. Liver failure equals 138. The creator of, I didn't put this in here, but yeah, he's saying it. The creator of the show also equals 138. But look how old Donald Trump was when she was born. 39. Do you guys get it? Donald Trump was 39, 119, and we know how big the 119 is. He was 39, 119 when she was born, and when she died, she was 39 and 138, which is blood moon. Trump was born on a freaking blood moon. She died of liver failure, essentially, which equals Donald Trump, which equals blood moon. And again, she died at 39 years and 138 days old, which is blood moon in 2 ciphers, 138, 1 and 39. Now look at this, guys. This is so crazy. I found this after all this. All these slides I just showed you about her being connected to the blood moon, and I didn't even know this. You guys should be dropping your drawers on the floor in just a second, because I found all this I was talking about now, and then I found this after the fact, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. This was the nail in the coffin. Watch what she played, guys. Michelle Trachtenberg. On November 5th, 2015, she played Blood Moon. She played Blood Moon. She played Blood Moon, okay? Like, what else do I need to say? In fact, look at the title of this show she played in. It titles it Michelle Trachtenberg, Blood Moon. And what happens when you type in that full phrase? Michelle Trachtenberg, Blood Moon, equals her full name in 2 ciphers. It equals 293, and thanks to Gematria for already finding the 293, but she died 293 months after she first premiered on the show, which her name matches. She died 293 months after she appeared on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and she played in a show called Blood Moon. She played the character Blood Moon. And when you type in Michelle Trachtenberg Blood Moon, it equals her full name, and that gives you the 293, which is the amount of months. Like, this is the find that the whole world needs to see. Like, who else is finding this? Like, Joseph found amazing stuff, and so did Gematria, but without Gematria, I wouldn't have found this 293 though either. So like, but like, I just can't. I don't know how I found this or how I stumbled on it, but I was like, are you kidding me? I'm putting together all these pieces, and I almost didn't find this. I almost didn't. I was putting all this together, right, with the 945, right? And then somehow the universe I just happened to accidentally see that she played Blood Moon. And look at what she played the show in, guys. She plays Blood Moon in an episode called A Midsummer Night Ream. What does that even mean? A Midsummer Night Ream. But do you get it, guys? She played Blood Moon in a Midsummer. And what was her name in Buffy? Her name was Dawn Summers. Like, so it's even bigger. Not only did she play the Blood Moon, she played it in Midsummer, and her name in Buffy was Summers. Like, so it's obviously connected with Buffy. You know, like, this is the slide that you should share with people right here. But now we have to remember, guys, she is the key to opening interdimensional portals in the show. That's what she's the key to opening interdimensional portals. It's not Midsummer Dream though. It's Midsummer Night's Ream, which I don't even know what Ream means, but oh, and also I forgot to mention, guys, look when this episode premiered, November 5th, 2015. When did Trump just get elected? Is this not all tied to Trump and his Blood Moon? When did Trump just get elected, guys? November 5th, 2024. So 9 years before his election, she starred in this movie as Blood Moon. Trump was born on a blood moon on November 5th. All right, so now you guys have seen this already, but this ties it all together. Remember, she's the key to opening interdimensional portals in the show. She's the 13th. Okay. She's the key, right? And key equals 13. In fact, Key equals 41 also, which is the 13th prime. So Key has a double connection to 13 in gematria. All right, so not only that, she's the Key, right, which equals 13. The Vatican, the Pope just got done opening 5 sacred portals at the beginning of this year. She's the key to opening portals, okay? She dies 13 days after the Pope entered the hospital. So and look, they even made an article yesterday about it. They said Pope Francis hospital stay enters the 13th day. She dies on the 13th day of the Pope's hospital. The Pope has the key on his flag. She's the key. The death tarot card. Remember, this is the keys of hell and death, like in Revelation 1:18, the keys of hell and death. So the death tarot card is the 13th card, and her death is on the Pope's 13th day in the hospital. In Eurotrip, guys, which is the other movie she stars in, read this. In Eurotrip, there is a hilarious mix-up where the main character, Scott, accidentally causes a misunderstanding that leads to people believing the Pope has died. So she's literally part of this scene, guys. And her brother in the show is her twin brother, and he is the Vatican tour guide. So what is the chance of that? She dies 13 days after he enters the hospital. In the movie she stars in, there's literally a mix-up where the Pope is believed to be dead, and the Pope is in the hospital, and she dies on his 13th day. And don't forget, Gene Hackman, who just died yesterday, he also died on the Pope's 13th day. Why do you think these two things happened? Why do you think we had so much death on the 13th day of the Pope being in the hospital? Think about it. We had Michelle Trachtenberg, and then we had 3 deaths all in one house. Gene Hackman, his wife, and his dog all died in the same house on the 13th day of the Pope being in the hospital. You get it? Because death is the 13th tarot card. Like, it's crazy. So, and again, she plays in the movie where the Pope is thought to be dead, right? So it's clear. But look at this, and big shout out to Dr. Savage for reminding me of this, because not only does this blood moon, okay, so remember all these 13s that was connected to her death. This blood moon that's coming up, which I already told you is completely tied to this woman, this is all about the 13, guys. Look at this blood moon. It falls right in the middle of 2 Friday the 13th. So let's lay this out here. Friday the 13th, 2024 was Taylor Swift's birthday, and look at her number 13. She loves that number 13. 13 weeks later is the blood moon. If you go forward from the blood moon 13 weeks, it's the freaking birthday of Jason Voorhees, who was born on Friday the 13th, one day before Trump was born in 1946. Do you guys understand this? Like, this is pretty clear. Again, big shout out to Dr. Savage for this one. But this is pretty clear. You just had this woman die all in connection with the 13 and the Pope, and now on the blood moon, it's sandwiched perfectly. Like, literally, guys, this is the birthday of Jason from Friday the 13th. And look at his birth year, one day before Donald Trump. And this is Donald Trump's blood moon. This is the one all connected to Donald Trump. And Taylor Swift was the one who was booed at the Super Bowl when Trump was cheered. Remember? So that is just craziness. This is 13 weeks after Friday the 13th and 13 weeks before Friday the 13th. And the two people's birthdays it lands on are the 2 most important 13s in the world right now. Taylor Swift and Jason are, I mean, who's more connected to 13s than these 2 people? So yeah, big shout out to Dr. Savage, because this is a banger right here. But just to go back to the Eurotrip, where the Pope supposedly dies in Eurotrip, and she stars in that movie. Look at what Eurotrip equals. Eurotrip equals Pope Francis. So yeah, there's a big 888 connections I didn't even get to. Michelle Trachtenberg equals 888. Donald J. Trump 888. Time Traveler 888. But yeah, I mean, Eurotrip equals 122 like Pope Francis. So now let's add more here. We have bridge collapse themes, right? In fact, Widow's Son is in the chat. He just did a video. Make sure you guys go check out Widow's Son channel. He just did a video on the bridge collapse that just happened in Korea. But remember, the biggest bridge collapse in the last year was the Francis Scott Key bridge collapse. Okay, well, this is Pope Francis, and this is Scott Key. So here you go. You have the Key, you have the Francis, and you have the Scott. It's all connected to Eurotrip. Why? Because in Eurotrip, it's Scott who accidentally causes a misunderstanding that leads to the Pope being dead, believed. And she's in this movie. So the Key is in this movie with Scott, and Francis is the first word in this branch. So you have Francis, Scott, Key. And when did this death of this Key happen? It happened exactly 11 months after the Francis Scott Key bridge collapse. Do you see it, guys? You have Scott in the movie, you have the Key who plays with him in the movie, and then you have Francis who's in the hospital, and she dies on the 13th day of him being in the hospital. It's just crazy. So there you go, 11 months. Yeah, Back to the Future, right? Great Scott, right? But yeah, the Scott thing is huge because honestly, it's really connected to me, but I'm not going to get into it. Like my dad's name is Scott, so and my name is Scottish, so I have a lot of Scott stuff. And actually, this movie is like so closely tied to me. I'm a Ohio boy who left the United States and went to Germany to meet the girl I met on the phone. And in this movie, Scott, who is my dad's name, he leaves Ohio, where I'm from, and he goes to Europe in Germany, and he's trying to find his German pen pal. It's exactly what I did. And just wait till you see the Cody connection at the end of this, because it's all connected to Cody Rhodes and me. And I don't know how or why, but me and my girlfriend are super connected to this, and it really blew my mind yesterday. But yeah, this Eurotrip movie is like the story of my life, okay? Except for without all the provocative stuff, okay? No provocative stuff. Just like the fact that I left Ohio and I went to Germany, which is what happens in this movie. All right, so remember, this ties to Trump on another level because this all connects to Germany, guys. The Bavarian Illuminati, which Trump's family comes from, Bavaria. The Pope that was Pope, remember, I told you this was all connected to Pope Francis, but the Pope before Pope Francis was Pope Benedict. And Pope Benedict was from Bavaria. In fact, I've been to the church where I've walked by the church, the cathedral where he was part of in Bavaria. I've been there. So Pope Benedict was from Bavaria, okay? Trump's grandfather, who came to the United States, Frederick Trump, his birthday is the Pi blood moon. And he's from Bavaria. This girl who dies, who clearly dies in connection with the blood moon, as I've already showed you, because she plays blood moon and she died perfect amount of days before the blood moon, and she lines up with Trump. Her name equals Dawn. So you're telling me that Trump's grandfather, his birthday will be the blood moon. His 156th birthday will be the blood moon. And this woman who dies, Michelle Trachtenberg, she equals Bavarian Illuminati. Right? So, and thanks to my girlfriend for this one. Yeah, Zenith of the Alpha is saying in the movie Eurotrip, there's that song called Scotty Doesn't Know. Yeah, I know that song actually, yeah. So yeah, that's crazy. The song Scotty Doesn't Know. You guys know that? I mean, I'm not going to sing it, but I know that song. Dawn Summers debuted on the same date Fred Trump Jr. died of alcoholism. Michelle needed a liver transplant. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Good one. Gematrinator hitting the big one there. So Dawn Summers debuted on the same date Fred Trump Jr. died of alcoholism. Michelle needed a liver transplant. Wow, good one. So Okay, so besides that, besides her name equaling Bavarian Illuminati, besides Trump's dad or grandfather turning 156 years old on the blood moon and he being from Bavaria, where the last pope was from, look at what my girlfriend told me. Her name, Trachtenberg, has the Bavarian dress in it. Look at this. Trachtenberg starts with the word tract, which means a tract refers to a traditional garment in German-speaking countries and regions, although the word is most often associated with Bavarian. Come on now. Come on now. Here's your tract, guys. Look at these silly old fellas wearing their tracts. And tract is the traditional dress for Bavaria. So if you guys didn't think that she's connected to Bavarian because her name equals Bavarian Illuminati, well, her first part of her name literally points us to Bavaria with the dress. The word tract comes from the verb tragen, which I know because I speak a bit of German. Ich trage, du tragst, tragt, wir tragen. Ihr tragt, sie tragen. All the forms. So it means to wear or to carry a burden, to carry something. And in German, the word carry and the word to bear, it's like to bear, you're bearing something. So this probably connects to her middle name, which is Christine, like Christ bears the cross. So yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy. All right, so here's where it gets crazy. And now this is a bit out of nowhere, guys, but this is where I have to bring this together. You guys know I've been talking about how The Rock just recently asked on live WWE TV Cody Rhodes to sell his soul in order for him to be raised up, okay? So the day that Cody Rhodes was asked to sell his soul by The Rock was 5 days before Michelle Trachtenberg died. Now, the Pope was opening up 5 sacred portals at the beginning of the year. And of course, the woman that died, the Key, dies 5 days after The Rock. Think about it. Peter is the Rock, like the Pope is the first, Peter is the first Pope. The Rock means Peter, right? So Peter is connected to the Pope. The Rock is like the Pope asking for your soul, right? So you guys understand what I'm saying here? The Pope, remember, she died on the Pope's 13th day in the hospital. The Rock, as in Peter, is asking for Cody's soul. Now, I'm going to show you how this is amazingly connected with Cody and Michelle Trachtenberg. Okay? First of all, again, Cody Rhodes, the main champion in WWE right now. So just get a load of this, guys. This is pretty wild. And again, Cody is connected to me. I'm not going to get too much into my stuff here, but Cody was born in 1985. Michelle Trachtenberg was born in 1985. Okay, so there's one connection. Let's count them on our hands here. One connection. They're born the same year. Okay, so they're the same age. They're 39 years old. Cody has a mother, of course. Her name is Michelle. Okay, so Cody's born in 1985 and Michelle Trachtenberg born in 1985. Cody's mother's name is Michelle. Michelle Trachtenberg's mother found Michelle Trachtenberg when she was dead. Okay, so Cody's mom's name is Michelle. They're born the same year. The mother of Michelle found Michelle. Okay, not only is Michelle Trachtenberg born the same year as Cody Rhodes, has the same name as his mother, Michelle Trachtenberg has the same birthday as his father. Look at the year Dusty Rhodes was born, guys, 1945. You guys remember the 945 I was just telling you about with Trump? Well, that's another connection. So Michelle Trachtenberg has the same birth year as Cody Rhodes, the same name as Cody Rhodes' mother, and the same birthday as Cody Rhodes' father. And you guys are like, okay, Cody, so why is this important? Why is it important that Michelle Trachtenberg has the same birth year, the same name as the mother, and the same birthday as the father? Okay, well, this is why. Because Cody Rhodes just won the world title in a big dramatic fashion at WrestleMania 40 last year, right before the eclipse. Well, you see his mom right here? His mom was a huge part of this. He literally celebrated his championship win with Michelle. That's his mom's name. Remember, his dad's born the same day as Michelle Trachtenberg. They're born exactly 40 years apart. What WrestleMania did Michelle celebrate with her son, Cody Rhodes? Well, guys, it was WrestleMania 40. Just like these two, his dad and Michelle Trachtenberg were born 40 years apart. In Gematria, the name Michelle equals 40. You guys see? Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40 is celebrating with his mom, Michelle, and his dad was born exactly 40 years apart from Michelle Trachtenberg, and Michelle equals 40. Now, this should seal the deal. I just talked about how the Bavarian Illuminati is all connected to Trachtenberg, and Michelle Trachtenberg equals Bavarian Illuminati. Well, look at this. Cody Rhodes had his big title win. His dad could never win at WrestleMania 40 on April 7, 2024. That was exactly 188 weeks after Roman Reigns had initially won the title. So Roman's reign was 188 weeks exactly. Cody Rhodes defeats him after 188 weeks. That day where he defeated Roman Reigns 188 weeks after his reign was exactly 188 days before the birthdays of his dad and Michelle Trachtenberg. And again, what's the gematria of Michelle Trachtenberg? 188. I mean, wow, guys. Like, Cody has all the connections with this. She has all the connections with his dad, with his mom, with his birth year, all the 40 connections. And then the perfect amount of days before her and his dad's birthday, he defeats Roman Reigns. Okay. But this is where it brings all together. So you guys I might have been losing you guys a bit now, but just wait till what I found after the fact. What character do you think she played in her last role, guys? Oh my goodness. This one also blew my mind. Guys, the last movie Michelle Trachtenberg played in was called Spiral, where she plays Michelle Cody. Come on, where's my other mic droppers? I just told you. This is all connected to Cody Rhodes and the Cody. And the last role that she played was literally Michelle Cody. And that's Michelle is the name of the mom of Cody Rhodes, who celebrated with Cody at WrestleMania 40. Like, and this is so weird because look at the director of the Michelle Cody documentary. His name is Bill Gutentag. This is so funny, man. Do you guys know what Guten Tag means in German? Yeah, a spiral is the movement that Cody does when he does his finishing move. Exactly. And what, guys, go look at my profile picture on my name is spelled Cody Robertson, like Cody Rhodes, same initials. What is my profile picture? You guys see my profile picture, right? What is that? That's a spiral. And let me tell you something. There's a huge connection between me and this movie, and I'm not going to go into this because it's a bit private, to be honest, and I don't want to go into it. But because I don't think the person that I would be talking with, I don't want to go into why this is so crazy with me in this movie. But if I told you guys how this movie connects to me and how this connects to everything going on in my life right now, and how the spiral's happening in my life, and my profile picture is a spiral, and now Cody Rhodes, who already connects to me, is somehow connected to Michelle Trachtenberg, who was my crush when I was a little kid. Okay, so look at Bill Gutentag. First of all, what is this documentary about? It's an intimate home video that reveals raw and unfiltered experience of family battling and mental illness. So Cody Rhodes had a movie called Kill the Whites. Really? Okay, I don't know that, but I'm going to look at that in a second. But I just wanted to talk about this Bill Gutentag. So remember, in German, the word Guten Tag means good day. What do you think Bill Gutentag equals? You guys are going to laugh at this one. Bill Gutentag equals Illuminati. 150, right? You see the 150? Bill Gutentag, 150. Illuminati, 150. You see how Bill Gutentag equals 201? Like the Jesuit order? Like, come on now. And where is Bavaria? Bavaria has a lot of Jesuits. Trust me, I know. I drink water. Whenever I go to Bavaria, there's literally water bottles with Jesuitin on them. There's Jesuits all over the area there. But yeah, Bill Gutentag, the director, equals Pope Francis too. I mean, Pope Francis' full name is Jorge Mario Bergoglio, equals 201. Oh, which that reminds me, Joseph, I took a screenshot of one of Joseph's videos. Liver transplant. She got a liver transplant, right? Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 201. Liver transplant, 201. Domus Sancte Marte, which is where the Pope lives, 201. The founder of the Jesuits, Ignatius Loyola, 201. And the creator of Spiral with Michelle Cody. I still can't believe it, guys. Michelle Cody, man. And I was making all these Cody Rhodes connections before I knew about Michelle Cody being her role. Like, think about that, guys. I'm here thinking I'm absolutely insane for making this random connection with Cody Rhodes and Michelle Trachtenberg. I just want to take you through my thought process. I was talking with Derek last night, and I was like, well, Cody Rhodes has the same birth year as Michelle Trachtenberg. Oh, wait, Michelle has the same birth name as Cody's mother. Oh, wait, Michelle has the same birthday as Cody's father. And I was like, okay, this can't be a coincidence. This is all about Cody Rhodes. And then I'm thinking I'm crazy. I'm like, I can never really share this without more proof, right? And then I find out that the WrestleMania 40 thing perfectly connects. And then I found out the 188 weeks and the 188 days before when he won WrestleMania was before her birthday and his dad's birthday. And then just out of nowhere, I found this where her last role was Michelle Cody. Like, I don't know. That's just the kind of stuff that just blows your mind, you know? Like, just like with the Blood Moon thing. She played the role of Blood Moon, right? Which I found after the fact. Guys, that's why this world is not just coded by people, man. This is God's matrix. This is God's reality. There's a higher power here than just people. Because these things, these organic things with me, they're not coded. I'm not a Jesuit. I'm not a Illuminati. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. All right, so Widow's Son, we're going to get some people on here in a second, but Widow's Son said Cody Rhodes played in a show called, let's see, hold on. Cody Rhodes had a movie called Kill the Whites. Wait, what is that? Kill the Whites movie? Wait, I'm not sure. Maybe it's... Oh. He had a move called Kill the Whites. Really? Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, my gosh, look at this, guys. And let's get into the connection with... let's get into the connection with Gene Hackman. So, you know how Gene Hackman died on the same day, guys? Did I not do lots of videos about the triple-stranded DNA, the Stargate portals, the DNA manipulation, whatever you want to call it? What is going on here? Why is this here? Yeah, I don't know. What is this, man? I'm just gonna go back out. Wait, Cody Garrett Ruddle's EMP fart on his father's grave, disgraced by black. What is this? What kind of vulgar stuff is this? Cody Rhodes EMP fart? What? On your father's grave, disgraced by your black B-word wife. What is this, man? What did I just stumble on? Why does it say EMP? Because I've been talking about how EMPs are coming. What is this? Is this like a Family Guy thing or something? Yeah, look at this. His finishing move. This has got to be a parody. I don't know what this is, but his move was called "Kill the Whites," and look at this: crossbreeding Rhodes. I get it now, guys. Crossbreeding, cross-contamination. Cody Rhodes' wife is darker skinned. Interesting. Is this a troll? What is this? Like, it's just weird, man. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a troll, but it's crazy what he's writing there. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's still interesting that that's what they wrote there. Anyways, let's go to the chat. Let's get people on here. Let's go to the chat because there's probably so much more to talk about that we haven't even covered. All right, let me drop the link for anyone who wants to jump on for a bit. Let me drop that. But yeah, I mean, this goes back to the blood moon, guys. But you know, I'm not saying there's going to be something that happens on the blood moon because oftentimes they don't happen on the exact day. But this right here, this woman and Gene Hackman, they're connected to this blood moon. These deaths are part of this blood moon energy, right? So, but again, there's so much connected with Trump, and there's so much connected with. I mean, let's just see what you guys are saying in the chat. I know Casey Jones wants to jump on. I don't know if Gematinator. Also, who else? Gematinator, Widow's Son. If you want to jump on, make sure you guys go check out Widow's Son's channel. He just did a video. All right, hold on. Hold on. I think Derek's here. Derek, are you here?
Hey, Cody, I'm here, but I can't hear you at the moment. Let me tweak my audio to try and get it to work.
You can't hear me?
All right, can we try again?
Testing. One,
okay,
two.
Perfect. I can hear you.
All right. I'm pretty sure the chat can hear you too, because I can hear you. So
okay,
let
excellent.
us know if you guys can't hear us. How about that? All right. So you sharing your screen too? I see. All right.
Yeah, and I just wanted to quickly support some of the things you were sharing. And great job on putting this all together, by the way. When I looked at this woman's filmography, I knew that these riddles were going to be very deep, and I thought you did an excellent job of putting it together.
I mean, this one, just these few ones took me literally all day, man. I'm actually out of energy after this, but like,
I believe it.
I hope I found the most significant ones at least.
Yeah, and I just wanted to look again at this debut episode, Dawn Summers appearing on the first episode of the 5th season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This was an episode called Buffy versus Dracula. And yeah, like I pointed out earlier, this episode aired on September 26th. which is the same date in history that Fred Trump Jr. died. And like we said, Fred was a struggling alcoholic, which seems to connect to the fact that Michelle Trachtenberg died of complications from a liver transplant. But also notice Fred Trump's birthday, 10/14. This was actually a number I mentioned in my video yesterday because Sarah Michelle Gellar, who played Buffy, was 101 months and 4 weeks older than Michelle Trachtenberg, exactly like 10/14. The name Buffy and Sarah Michelle Gellar, both 10/14, also
I
similar
totally
to Sarah's
forgot her
birth
middle name was
numerology.
also Michelle, man. Totally forgot that her middle name was Michelle.
Yep.
Shoot, man.
But what I thought was so interesting about this debut episode for Michelle Trachtenberg is that she was on a double exact lunar count. And this type of alignment here, where she's an even number of lunar phases and sidereal months old, this happens only roughly once per year. So this is an unusual alignment. And look at these numbers, right? 185 lunar phases old and 200 sidereal months old. Well, also, if you measure from the start of Buffy the Vampire Slayer to the date of that episode, it's also 185 weeks. And it was 200 days after the anniversary of the first episode. These two actresses were also born 185 days apart. And this was the crux of my video yesterday. It explored the riddle connected to the World Trade Center and the Georgia Guidestones, these two important symbols for Yale Skull and Bones, 185 and 200. Now, the World Trade Center was destroyed in 2001 and the Guidestones in 2022. Well, when you add her name to her character's name, you get 2001 and 2021. So this debut episode for Buffy was 11 months and 16 days before the 9/11 attacks. Now, this may seem a little obscure to connect her to the Skull and Bones code, but let me explain why. She passed away on the final day of lunation 1263. So today is now lunation 1264, right? Well, remember on the first day of lunation 1263, January 29th is when we had the first of a string of plane crashes, this one in Washington, D.C. And 263, Order of the Skull and Bones, has this value, as does Skull and Crossbones, 263 reverse. So for this to fall on the final day of this moon, I think it stands to reason that, this connection holds true.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, too, because I already connected. It was the 13th day of the Pope being in the hospital, and that's the death card in tarot, and she's the key, which equals 13. So I think that goes hand in hand with the Brotherhood of Death,
Certainly. With her dying on February 26th, remember that's the anniversary of the World Trade Center bombing. And that bombing was in the year 93. World Trade Center owner Larry Silverstein, currently 93 years and 39 weeks old. Michelle dead at 39. Her debut episode was 93 lunar phases after the 93 Trade Center bombing. And when she died, it was one day after she turned the 93rd prime number of lunar phases, 487. This means she died exactly 32 years after the World Trade Center bombing and exactly 302 lunar phases after her premiere episode. Buffy versus Dracula has the 32 with capital letters. her debut episode was 3 years and 200 days after the show debuted. And World Trade Center bombing equals the 32nd prime number. So to see this, coupled with everything you shared, it's just mind-blowing how deep this one is. As far as the 138 that you shared also, this is one of the last things I want to point out. Buffy has the 1308. The creator of Buffy sums to 138. You pointed out liver failure, Christine, blood moon. And then her full name in Satanic, Michelle Christine Trachtenberg, is 1308, which matches the World Trade Center. And not only did she die 138 days after her birthday, but it was also exactly 138 weeks after the Georgia Guidestones were bombed. And think about it. Georgia, Cody Rhodes from Georgia. You have been talking about.
I totally forgot about that. Man, I totally forgot about that one because that connects perfectly with the Cody Rhodes thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you've been all over it. This devil went down to Georgia for the soul of Cody Rhodes. And just this past weekend, we had a NASCAR race that was connected to Christopher Benoit, who died in 2007 in the state of Georgia. And 4 days before this race, February 19th, I made a blog post and a video explaining how this race was a riddle for Christopher Benoit and that it suggests that Christopher Bell may win. And sure enough, 4 days later, Christopher Bell wins the race in Georgia, not far from where Benoit died. A couple of Christophers, Bell, Benoit. So even NASCAR is on to the big Georgia riddle where this weekend's race was.
Yeah, Joseph is saying she played Georgina too in Gossip Girl. That's another good mention.
Well, there you go. I mean, bingo's all across the board for this one. Another interesting connection is that when Buffy ended, Sarah Michelle Gellar was 322 lunar phases and 23 days old. So a 32223. And that's like the date the Georgia Guidestones were opened. 322223. The World Trade Center collapse has a couple of 322s. And with her dying 16 days before the blood moon, that's also the gematria of Yale, pi. The numbers 322 also sum to that. And then you look at Sarah Michelle Gellar's lunar age for Michelle's death, exactly 640 sidereal months. This matches Secret Society, a lot like Skull and Bones 604 Satanic. Skull and Bones has the 64 High Street headquarters. So, like you said, the moon, particularly these lunar ages, are so integral to what played out yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was just crazy because, at first when it happened, I was like, that Cody thing is what I found first. And I thought I was a bit crazy at first making that connection, but then it came all together. And then as you made connections, and then actually I got to give a big shout out to Sean as well, because he was the one that actually brought it to my attention first. And he was actually Sean was talking about Venus before this even happened, because he had a connection with him and his mom. His mom's birthday was the day before, and she had a huge Venus connection with his mom that day before. And so he was already talking to me about the 138s. And then she dies, and this 138 just absolutely becomes one of the biggest numbers here. And so big shout out to you, Sean, Widow's son, if you're still here. But yeah, and so the American dream also equals 138, huh? Huh.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that one. Interesting. Well, and that also reminds me that there was that Grateful Dead album that's called American Beauty, which kind of has the same type of vibe. It also equals 138. And that I think the band even, I don't know, there's a bunch of 138s all over the place. But yeah, and then also
I forgot to
believe
mention
one of
this
her
other thing, but
shows.
go ahead.
Okay, I'll let you get in a minute. But one of those other shows that she starred in, I think it was, or maybe it was Harriet the Spy. It released on the 192nd day of the year, or something like that, which is July 10th. And that's the American Nightmare in Gematria. Of course, the American Nightmare is Cody Rhodes. It equals 192. And that's the same Gematria as Vatican City State, which, of course, we tied that in too with this. So, yeah, I think there's something more with the spy stuff, which I need to look more into the spy stuff because I think that there's something to it.
Yeah, the only other thing I
remember-
wanted to point out is that, you know,
Okay.
I made this video yesterday and talked about the World Trade Center riddle with the moon. And after I finished this thumbnail, I thought to myself, well, geez, this looks a lot like a thumbnail I made a couple years ago when Suzanne Summers died. And then it hit me that her name is Summers. And that was Michelle's character's name in Buffy, Dawn Summers. So I thought to myself, well, if you measure between these death dates, what do you get? And you get the digits in the 9/11 attacks, right? 11901.
Hmm. Yep. And then, like I showed, Donald Trump was, when she was born, Donald Trump was 138 years or 39 years, 119 days old, also. Kind of another riddle there. And his grandfather turns 9/11 prime years old on that day, too. So there's a big 9/11 connection with that in the blood moon coming up. And this has to connect to Jimmy Carter, too, right? Because all these 39s that keep coming up, and Jimmy Carter being the 39th president and being from Georgia and all these George stuff. And so, yeah, I think there's something to that.
Sure.
59 days. Huh?
Yeah.
Donald Trump, or not Donald Trump, but 17th prime kill, yeah, in 59.
Oh, and if you measure actually, you know, we talked about this Fred Trump connection, dying on the same date that Dawn Summers premiered. Well, if you measure between these two dates, let me make sure I got this right. It was 9/26/2000. Well, again, you have an even. Oh, this is a Metonic cycle. Look at that. 235 lunar phases and 254 sidereal months. So
What was
her
that from
first
again?
episode, exactly one Metonic cycle after Fred Trump Jr. died.
Huh.
But another connection here is that if you look at the number of months from Fred Trump's death to Michelle Trachtenberg's, you get the 98th prime number of months. And I believe you pointed this out. Michelle Trachtenberg is 98.
Yeah, I actually left it out of there, but yeah, her name equals 98, and Cody Rhodes won that championship on the 98th day of the year, 188 days before her birthday. So, yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah, I see. That's huge. 188 days before her birthday on the 98th day of the year. Yep. Another bingo.
Yeah, like at first I said that was like probably one of the weirdest ways I started a decode ever, because it kind of made no sense in the beginning at first, because I didn't think there would be any connection really. But once I noticed he had the same birth year, that's what I thought first. And then I thought, okay, well, his mom's name is Michelle. And then I thought, oh, well, she has the same birthday as his dad. And then it was like, okay. And then, yeah, then the whole WrestleMania 40 thing made so much more sense. And then, of course, I discovered that there was that show. I was like, okay.
I feel like we probably shouldn't be too surprised at the immense connections WWE has to everything. It seems you know, it doesn't stand to reason initially, but with all the work we've done, I mean, it's definitely scripted with all of this all the time.
Yeah, well, just the thing that happened recently with Cody Rhodes and the soul thing. And I really think there's something more that I might just do later in a decode, but their next event is an elimination chamber. And elimination chamber in Germany cannot be called that. Remember, I made all these connections to Germany, and I also want to make these connections to this DNA stuff because, you know, Gene Hackman dying makes you think of genes. And we just had this thing with the Stargate project where they said they're going to try to make vaccines for the genes or for the cancer cells. And I looked it up. I guess I'm not sharing my screen, but I found it really interesting that take my screen for a second. So Gene, right? His name is Eugene, and it kind of hit me because that's kind of real close to eugenics. And what's crazy is eugenics equals 8338, like Germany. And of course, we know that Germany is hugely connected with this concept. I'm not going to get into all the details, and think about it. The next show in WWE is called Elimination Chamber, and they can't call it Elimination Chamber in Germany because of the obvious reasons. So they actually call it Elimination, or they call it WWE No Escape. And if you look at I'll just pull up the thing real fast. If you look at the cover for it, Elimination Chamber, it's John Cena stuck behind the chains doing his good old 5-fingered "You Can't See Me." And of course, John Cena now wears a shirt which on the back says, you know, it has a door on the back. And I talked this whole decode about doors, portals, keys. So it makes me wonder, I think maybe is Cody Rhodes going to face John Cena for the title at WrestleMania? I mean, if John Cena
Seems like
wins
the
this
most likely story.
Yeah, so John Cena wins this match, he would be facing Cody Rhodes. So, but how's The Rock going to play into that? Because we know that The Rock and John Cena are probably the two most famous stars outside of WWE, but they had their history as well. So there is a whole riddle here with eugenics and Germany and the obvious connections with the World War II stuff and chambers. But it looks like Widow's son is trying to get on, and Casey's on. So let's give these two. Is there anything else you want to say, Derek?
No, let's pass it on.
Casey, you there? Widow's son, you there?
Hello? You can hear me?
I can hear one of you. I can't. Is that you, Sean? I think I hear Sean.
Hello, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear birds too.
Yeah, that would be me.
Okay. Casey,
I heard,
are you there?
I heard Casey.
Well, whoever wants to go can go. That's fine. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, I'll go real quick.
All right. Yeah.
Well, first of all, hey everyone. Just want to say hi. I'm fine. Actually, Casey, if you want to go real quick, I'm gonna try to connect to Wi-Fi because I'm at like a Whole Foods. So, Casey, if you want to go first.
Oh, is that coming through?
Yeah, you're coming through.
Let's see.
Because I know you have some stuff to share with what you were sharing before. I think it's what you're probably going to share.
Oh yeah, just Gene Hackman. You know, he was 95, and he died 9,595 days after the premiere of Enemy of the State. And
Yeah.
you know, 95. That's a big. November 20th, 1998.
And hold on. Yeah, so yeah, 95 days after that movie, which he was in, and he died at 95. Crazy. You can keep going, Casey. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, wait. I just want to test. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I'm on my AirPods, and I just wanted. It's not too noisy in the background, is it?
No, it's fine. I can hear you. I can hear you, but I didn't hear anyone else, so I'm not sure if Casey or Derek were trying to talk or not.
Okay. I can I guess
We're
I can
still
go from
good.
here.
Okay.
I can go. I can go from here. What was I gonna say? Oh, okay. So something really interesting about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So um, I Dan, I noticed that Dan Barrett has been actually talking about Buffy for a while, and
Uh-huh.
he doesn't post that often, but he made a video like around pretty recently, and I heard in his video that so I think there's a Buffy the Vampire movie too that's separate than the show, right?
Is there?
I believe so. And there's someone that's in that movie that ties everything in together that your video is about today, and that person's it's Donald Sutherland.
Yep. I saw it.
Yeah, yeah, Donald Sutherland's in the movie. So I think that's like pretty perfect. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, and there's also something I wanted to share about. It basically connects. It connects perfectly like um yeah, just like it just fits so perfectly the stuff that I was sharing with the Venus and all that, and then what you shared today. So, um, if you want, can you type in Venus Rose in Latin? Just if I could just like tell you, and if you just follow along, so type in Venus Rose in Latin.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, okay, so 1260, right? So lunation 1260, the first day of lunation 1260. That was the day of that Seven and Casey they did the they did the video about the heliocentric Pluto return, and it was on the first day of lunation 1260. And as you know, Pluto is the god of the underworld, and everything you're talking about with Hades and all that.
Uh-huh.
So
When
go
was that
from
again?
that. It was
Oh, that
November
was
1st.
November 1st, yeah.
Yeah, so go from November 1st to the day she died, and then the span. So like with the extra day.
Ah, 118, huh?
Yeah.
That's
So if you
funny
just
because September 11th equals 1260 in Latin or Jewish gematria.
oh, that's right.
September
And
11th does.
Yes.
Whoops. Yep. So yeah, same cipher, September 11th, and Venus rose. And remember,
yeah, so
Venus was at 138 degree, right, on that day.
yeah,
That's right.
So
so
that makes sense. And the
yeah,
118 is perfect because well, I already showed Hades equals 118 and
exactly.
death 118. And what's also interesting is the 326 here because this number continually comes up. Like every day I see this number. Like there's always a 326 measurement. I even saw many I probably should have recorded because like of course Trump is 326 Mercury years old right now. And this number I had at least 2 or 3 today where I measured from like events to the death yesterday and it was either 326 or 327. So definitely something
Yeah.
with that.
Well, the 326 is that's pretty mind blowing too, because like how I had that whole like video about the number 57 with my mom's 57th birthday being on the 2 225 225.
Yeah.
Well, um, 57. I think. Okay, so the 57th prime is 269, and then like Derek said that the first time she appeared on Buffy the Vampire Slayer was 26/9/00, right?
Uh-huh.
So 57 plus its prime is 326, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
It is,
you're
you're right.
saying you're saying that the number itself plus its prime.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it is. So 269 plus 57 is 326.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, Bobby, he was the one talking about the 326 for a long time, about with Kobe and everything. So, oh, he's back. I didn't even know he was still there.
Well, he also talked
Go
about
ahead,
it with,
Sean.
or at least he also talked about it a lot with Kobe and Pope Francis too, and that so it just makes it more perfect how Pope Francis is involved in this whole thing.
Yeah. But
yeah, there's just
also
there really just I was just gonna say like there really is so much. It's like it really is insane, and I was even thinking about like the keys to the bottom was played in like Abaddon, she played Dawn.
yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was getting at with like the whole Dawn stuff. I know it's not pronounced exactly the same, but I mean her name was Dawn, and I just couldn't believe that this 945 manifested itself like it did, because again, I had already made this connection back in August, and then it came out to be that her name was Dawn and she was the key and connected with hell. In fact, in that show Buffy, they always talking about hell. Like I watched like 1 or 2 episodes, and I heard them talking about hell multiple times. So
And then
But
there's
yeah,
what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Oh, okay. And another thing I was kind of like really interested in looking up is because there's a lot of stuff about like Venus, and like Venus has to do with like love, and then you found all the stuff with the keys. So I'm really curious about like have you ever played the game Kingdom Hearts?
I
Heard of that
actually,
game?
I think I did play that a bit when I was younger.
Yeah, because
Kingdom Hearts.
isn't there just like a huge key that's like that has to do with that game? Like he has like isn't that like his weapon or something? It's like a huge key or something. I might be mistaken.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that might be something.
Yeah, it's a huge key. Huh. I remember that, and in that movie, is that Goofy? I forgot Goofy and Donald Duck is in that movie, or in that
Well,
game.
yeah, because it's like a big like Disney, like a bunch of Disney characters in that game.
Ah, interesting. I mean, yeah, I might have to look into this, because with all the key stuff and Kingdom.
There's Donald Duck.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Donald Duck, and then you got the key, and then you have Kingdom. Well, that connects to Cody Rhodes because his theme song is called Kingdom.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Of course, that probably connects in other things too. But then you have the hearts, which could also connect, like you said, to Venus. And look at this. Even they have like the key with the heart, and it looks like the moon in the background. So,
Oh yeah, it's like an eclipse pretty much. That's crazy.
yeah. Good one there. Might have to check. It's called the Keyblade, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey, Cody.
Yeah.
Hey, am I coming through?
Yeah, you're coming in.
Oh yeah. I was talking about Gene Hackman and earlier, and the beginning of the state. There's a scene in there where Jack Black's in, and he says the word shadow 3 times. I have a clip of it on my YouTube channel, but it's within a span of like 30 seconds that he says it. He repeats the word shadow, and it's interesting because Jack Black was born within 24 hours of a lunar eclipse, and he got married on the date of the lunar eclipse. And it's actually the date of that. The day he got married was March 14th, 2006, which is one Metonic cycle before this upcoming eclipse.
Oh yeah, that's right. I wish I could pull that. What's the dates for that again?
Oh, well, which date you looking for?
From his when he got married, right? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, he got married March 14th of 2002.
I mean, that could have something to do with the blackouts. Jack Black. So from
Yeah.
wait, what was it from the marriage to the? Let's see, hold on. What was the other day?
Oh, to the upcoming eclipse. This is 19 years, it's one Metonic cycle.
I think it was
Oh, okay.
2006 he was married.
Yeah, 2006.
Oh, 2006.
19 years ago.
Oh, that's right. But didn't you just have it? Or is this the one that you showed, Derek? Or was it a different one?
No, it was a different one because Dawn Summers debuted on Buffy exactly 19 years after Fred Trump Jr. died.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and then I want to bring up something going off of the Jack Black thing, because remember how Jack Black, him and his band met, or it was like the other guy from Tenacious D. It was like right after the assassination attempt, and that guy got in trouble because he was like saying, "Oh, I wish the bullet would have hit Trump" or something.
Right. Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting, like kind of just bringing.
And Jack Black, he also did that movie, The House with the Clock in Its Walls. And if you go from yesterday's date to the premiere of that movie, it's 2350 days, like a 235, which is the amount of lunar months in a Metonic cycle.
I could have sworn I was just looking at that 235 last night for something.
Yeah.
Well, I know
I'll tell you,
society.
if you read that, it wasn't in the movie, but if you read the book, there's actually a part in the book where the magician, I think he's a magician or a wizard, he makes a lunar eclipse appear in that book.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I don't remember what it was I was looking at with 235. I need to do a better job of keeping records of stuff, but there was something. Oh, Barron Trump's full name equals that? Is that right? Is that right? Did they spell his name right there? Barron William Trump, 235?
Yeah. That's interesting too, because Barron Trump and his mother, Melania, they share a lunar birthday.
Uh-huh. It's not 19 years though, right?
No, it's not. It's not 19. Thanks. I don't know.
But yeah, I need to look more. I need to remember that more when I'm measuring those with that 235. That's a number I need to look more into because of that connection with the 19-year Platonic cycle. And it's interesting that also 78 Mercury years and 78 days. So it's like a 78, and that's how old Trump is right now. And the 228 is the death connection also. So yeah, it's interesting.
Oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to mention about the spy stuff is Israel has this spy software called Pegasus, and on March 22nd we have a inferior conjunction of Venus. And I talk a lot about this with 7-1 and his work on the Revelation 12 sign, and that date will begin the 33rd pentagram of Venus since that Revelation 12 sign date. June 3rd or 4th of 1769. And on the following day, Venus goes into the constellation of Pegasus on March 23rd.
Uh-huh. Let's see. So
And that was kind of funny too. I was just kind of thinking about a little tiny sync with that German spy connection, because there's like the whole thing with Germany and then the spy stuff, and then there's a movie called Operation Finale with Oscar Isaac, and it's about them trying to they're spies trying to, I guess, assassinate or kidnap a German person from the World War II or whatever like that. And
Yeah.
I just thought it was when, just because Oscar Isaac, like, I know some people say that I look like Oscar Isaac and all that, and then he played Moon Knight, and then all that.
Yeah, that's all the stuff you guys are saying is interesting because I was already kind of on this like hacking thing because we had Gene Hackman, and then you had spyware software. Let's see what spyware equals because
Think about enemy of the state. It's kind of saying that we're all being, spied on essentially. And that was 3 years before 9/11 and the Patriot Act.
And then Elon Musk is kind of getting I guess connected to like the German stuff with the Nazi thing, and then there's a lot of people on the left that are arguing or complaining that they think that he's like spying on them, like with the Doge and all that.
Yeah, and then I think, and like I said, with this Harriet the Spy, she not only had the Harriet the Spy one, but did you see how they spelled the movie Spiral, right? Yeah, like obviously you guys saw that, but I mean that's also come on now. She just happens to be in a movie that they spell Spiral like that. So I'm just trying to figure out how Cody Rhodes might connect with all this like spy stuff, but I don't know. It hasn't hit me yet.
Hey, Cody, you had that 1769 date in the date calculator for Venus, the Venus transit, the solar eclipse on the same day, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm noticing is that 2025 is 255 years later. And when you write out rows, it equals 225 and 255.
Right. Yeah. Actually, Sean just like really talked about those numbers on his video he just did. Right, Sean. You talked a lot about the 255. In fact, you know how many Gene Hackman, if you go to his birthday, and if you go from his birthday to the birthday of Michelle Trachtenberg, it's actually it goes perfect with that because I think it's what is it? It's 255 something. Oh, it's 55 years, 255 days.
Oh yeah, that's insane.
So the two people that died yesterday, they have that 255 connection, and Sean was actually bringing that number up before these two people died yesterday, and then that number, the two people that died are separated by 55 years, 255 days.
Yeah, that's insane. I can't even keep up with like all the synchronicities anymore. It's insane.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely, especially when you have these two things on the same day. I didn't even really look into Gene Hackman. So, you know what's interesting about Santa Fe? I was thinking Santa Fe is like Satan is Santa, right? But it's like iron is the FE. It's like iron Santa Fe. Iron Satan. But the 95 is interesting. Go ahead, Sean.
I was gonna say it was making me think about like maybe that could be hinting at something with war because I was thinking about Mars and like I think iron is connected to Mars, right?
I'm not sure. Is it? Let me see.
Yeah, I think I forget exactly how to word it, but I think that's what I think you'll find it.
Oh yeah, because
hey, Jack Black, he turns 687 lunar months old on the day of this Pi Day eclipse. There are 687, 687 days in a Martian year. And I don't think I got through earlier about the Gene Hackman in the 95s. Sirius is 95, and they report that him, his wife, and his dog were all found dead.
Yeah, that was a huge find with the 95 because I hadn't even looked at that yet. And then when you told me that he died 95 after the movie, I was like, wow, because I immediately was talking to Sean. I was talking to Sean, and then you messaged me that. And I was literally talking to Sean about Sirius in the 95. You guys know one of my favorite numbers, actually, in all numbers is 95. But, yeah, so
Big
when I
Dan.
saw that,
The big Dan Barrett number. You think about Dan. Dan is a anagram of DNA, right?
mhm. Yeah, right. That goes perfectly too, because I just talked about that earlier this year too, the DNA. So
Yeah, was it the? Oh yeah,
But yeah, it was like
but yeah,
perfect. How it's just crazy how everything really is like coming together with a lot of the things you've been talking about, like with the keys and the portals, and then the Stargate, and then Stargate project with the portals, and the Stargate project having to do with like mRNA and cancer, and then you have the girl who is the key, like you showed. She dies, and then the next day the Gene Hackman dies.
yeah. Well, they actually died the same day, so
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
so it's actually like it's the perfect thing, and it's actually so perfect because the Pope was opening up the portals at the beginning of the year, and then Trump had his Stargate project, which is connected to the portals. And then as the Pope is in the hospital on the 13th day, you have all these deaths, and death is the 13 card. So it made perfect sense, like why you had, because normally when you have these celebrity deaths, you don't often have two really huge ones on the same day. It's not so often. So the fact that you had two big stories break, it just seemed like it was like the perfect day for them for whatever to happen. But I need to look way more into this Gene Hackman. Hey, Derek, have you looked into Gene Hackman at all?
No, I haven't really gotten a chance yet.
Yeah.
Hey Cody, when you get a chance, check out that clip on my channel of Jack Black in the Shadow.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
clip from Enemy of the State. So
Oh, okay. Is it on? Because your old channel's not there anymore, is it?
right. It's a new. It's Casey Jones Astrology 2, Roman numeral 2. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking about though, Cody, is that is this a double murder suicide with Gene Hackman with the dog and the wife? Because that's what the Chris Benoit thing was, and it just makes me wonder if there's a little connection there.
Yeah. I don't know. They're saying it's just carbon monoxide. That's kind of the rumor, but and it would make sense because as Joseph showed, of course they're saying right now the rumor is it's carbon. They haven't officially said anything, but the rumor is that it's carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
And of course it equals 226, and it happened on 226. So, and you know what I'm seeing here? I'm seeing a huge Kamala Harris riddle, man. Because look at this. Carbon monoxide equals 152 and 71, just like Kamala Devi Harris, and she got 226 votes in the election. So that's interesting, and I think there might be kind of a riddle here that the people that passed are kind of like symbolic of Kamala losing in a way. So that's kind of my theory with that. But it is interesting. The 226 is the amount of electoral votes that she got. So, and then the 312 was what Trump got. I think there's really something to those numbers to watch in the future with the 312 votes that Trump got and the 226 that she got.
Yeah, I think you're right. I just think it's funny that, we're talking about this race connected to Benoit, and then we get 3 people found dead in a home. It definitely feels related.
Yeah. I get what you mean, because at first I was like, okay, why is there 3 dead at the same time? What are they gonna what even possible story could they use? I didn't even think about carbon monoxide. I was just trying to think like what are they gonna say? Like, because it's really suspicious. If it's not a homicide, what is it gonna be? And then I saw everyone in the comments of the video saying carbon monoxide. So and then look at what Joseph put. Eugene Allen Hackman equals 152 and 71 like carbon monoxide. Huh. Wow. Joseph was already all over that one. Carbon
Drop
dioxide.
the link.
Huh?
I have a link in the chat for the.
Link in the chat. Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. You guys can't
Did you
see
hear
that,
me?
can you? Yeah, hold on,
Did I cut
Casey.
off? Okay.
I'm trying to get the link here.
What's up? How you doing? How's your lunch? Yeah. See you at the hey, what's up? I'll see you guys at the office.
I don't think anyone's gonna be able to hear this. Actually, can you guys even hear that? Actually, I don't know if I want to play it because on the video because I might get like a. I'll
Copyright.
watch it though. I'll watch it though, Casey. Though after the video.
Yeah.
I don't even think you guys can hear it anyway. I can't figure out how to get the audio to play through my computer ever, like on a video. Anyways, what else you guys got? You guys got anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about that year connection because it's just kind of interesting how she had such a, Michelle had such a big connection with like Germany and all that, and then the guy from the French connection dies, and I don't know. It's kind of makes me think about Europe a lot.
Well, think about it though. The name of the movie is Eurotrip, and maybe
Exactly.
something with the euro,
Yeah.
because I don't know. I still think there's a big money shakeup coming. They're supposed to implement the ISO 20022 system in March, which is like a new messaging system for the banks. So you got that going on, and then you got Trump's promising a golden age, and you got the cryptocurrency stuff as always going on. So I'm really thinking in the euro, there's something going on with the euro and in the banks too in Europe as well. I think I just can't remember exactly what it was, but I definitely think there's something with that. And does anyone know about what's Claudia's saying? The Epstein files are out. Has anybody looked into that?
No, man, the news is moving too quick for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Moving too quick. Can't really like do a proper decode on anything because it's so fast. But yeah, I've been hearing about that, but I don't know what that's gonna bring. People on X are saying it's gonna change the world. You know, all these pipesters on there, the Epstein files. Live U.S. set to release Jeffrey Epstein files today. Huh. Well, that could be interesting. We'll see what comes out of that. Joseph says they're not officially out yet, working on it now. Yeah, that's a good point. Henry says the first Euro match this year was Germany versus Scotland. I remember that. And that's Trump's two nationalities. All right. Well, I mean, I guess, Sean, you have anything final thoughts? Casey dropped out.
Not that I could think of right now, but I mean, I just want to say it was good talking to you guys again because yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it was just fun talking to you guys for a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good having you on, and keep putting out some videos and stuff. Your video today was amazing. Make sure you guys go watch his videos that he posted today for his channel, Widow's Son. If you guys see it up here on the thing, that's how you get to his channel. Of course, Jamachinator85 also is here. Those two channels.
I was gonna see maybe I could post the link for. I don't. I don't know if I can post a link right now, but yeah, it just if you look up my name, it's just like that. But yeah, I appreciate you. Thanks for being there for the. I mean, I wasn't live, but just for the being there for the premiere. Of it.
Yeah, I like sometimes going to your videos because there's not so many people in there, of course, but there's usually all the decoders are in there. Zenith and Seven and Casey and me and you. It's like the decoders live stream. Everyone just shows
Yeah.
up there.
No, it's so it's like yeah, it's like the quality is so good, and it's like, yeah, like we're all on the same page. It's dope.
I don't often get 7-1 in my chat, but he's usually in yours. I mean, I think he's probably lurking sometimes, but I know that I know Zenith was in here anyways just a bit ago as well, but it's always good to go to yours because usually everyone's in there. So
Yeah,
good job. Man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try. I think right now I'm just kind of trying to, I guess let things come like I guess like I don't know when it's really put on my heart to make something. I feel like that's when it comes out the best. So I think yeah, I'm just gonna go with the flow, and then hopefully I don't have to take too long of breaks. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll just take it at like 1 week at a time.
Yep. That's how we do it. That's how I do it. I just wake up and see what there is to decode every day, and usually when I start getting bored, that's when the next news story releases, and I got something to do again. So except for today, the last day or so has been pretty crazy. So
yeah, it came out of nowhere too, and like honestly, yeah, everything. I don't know if I really like emphasized it yet, but everything you found, with her and the keys, and it's freaking insane to be honest, and how it connects to the blood moon eclipse. Like, it really is absolutely insane. So hopefully a lot of people get to see this.
yeah, I don't know. As soon as I saw that she played Blood Moon, I was like, well, there's the nail in the
Oh
coffin.
yeah, I think I kind of I think you sent me that, and I might have overlooked it, but then when I saw it while I was watching your live, yeah, that was jaw dropping for sure.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, have a good day. Rest of your day out there.
You guys too. Talk to you guys soon.
See you, man.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Decoding with Cody featuring the Gemotrinator, Widow's Son, and Casey Jones Astrology. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and click that bell for more outstanding mythological numerology content.
That's awesome.
That's cracking me up, man. That is sweet. I think I actually need. What are you even doing? Is that your voice?
Oh, that's my friend Charlie.
Charlie, huh?
Wow.
Thanks for having me.
That's nice. What is that? Is that a voice changer, or is that like an automated thing? I don't get it. I'm not hip. I'm not tech hip, but
Yeah, no, it's just a friend of mine who I thought had a really cool voice.
okay, yeah. That's sweet. I wish I had a cool voice like that. I think that would like that would be sweet. That would be awesome. But yeah.
Maybe one day, my friend.
It sounds like that the narrator of those like epic trailer videos, you know. Very similar.
Even when I was a little boy, I always dreamed of decoding numbers on TV.
Yeah, I'm sure that's all what we imagine. I can only imagine myself as a little boy saying, "Mom, what I want to do when I grow up is be on YouTube showing people numbers." Just imagine saying that to Mom. I never thought I'd be doing this. Anyways.
Well, it's weird what life does for us, man. The paths we take, the forks in the road, it all leads us here.
That's for sure. That is for sure. Even 113 is cracking up in the chat.
Oh, good.
So, all right, guys. Well, I guess that's a good place to end. Thank you, Widow's Son. Thank you, Derek. Thank you to Casey. Hope everyone has a good rest of your day out there. And thanks, guys, for watching and hitting the like buttons. And we'll see you guys very soon in the next decode. God bless.
See ya.
Bye.